In terms of like arts and creativity, you know, there's been many great artists who maybe in other scenarios, you know, might have been sectioned even or something like that. What is for you guys the role of the arts in working with mental health?
So important. The arts is so important. For me, when I was ill, that was the only way that I could express myself. I wasn't able to talk, really. My background, you know, my family, schooling, we didn't talk. We didn't really talk and open up. So I wasn't used to it. I wasn't prepared to. I didn't know how to vocalise what was going on in my head. So the only way that I could really get it all out was through writing, through poetry. I then started making films. I started making video blogs, YouTube vlogs about mental health, and that was therapeutic for me because it allowed me to be creative and to just really express myself. And I encourage anyone that has mental health issues to express themselves in whatever way they can. I always tell people to write, because and people say to me, "Oh, I can't write, I'm not a poet," or whatever, or I wouldn't know where to start. And I say, well, just put pen to paper and just see what comes out. And people are always surprised about what does come out, you know, because you have free reign. There's no restrictions on you. You can say whatever you want. You can, when you're being creative, you can just. It's an outlet, you know. It's an outlet that otherwise people don't have.
I think we're all creative people, actually. Like in our hearts, we actually all have a sort of level of creativity, and that we need to actually express that. And obviously, some of us are better than others at that. But I think actually using creativity to talk about and kind of deal with and learn to understand some of the emotions and things that happen to us is actually really important. And especially with film these days, it's becoming more and more the medium that the young people are using to communicate and to talk openly about issues. And I think it's really important. And we've seen with Johnny how important that was, and what a big difference that's made. And the amount of people that have contacted you to say, the amount of people that have contacted Johnny to say, you know, thank you so much for your film. It's really made a difference. It's allowed me to talk about my problems with somebody else. So it's an amazing medium in that sense, to be able to kind of share and raise awareness around these things and just talk openly about them. And we're very fortunate now in this day and age that we sort of have a kind of global ability to communicate globally at the kind of flick of a button on our phones. And that has its downsides, but it also has a lot of positives, I think. And it means that we can talk to each other on a whole different level. And that's really important, particularly when it comes to mental health problems.
Making the film was incredibly therapeutic. And probably the best thing of all about making the film was the people that I made the film with. You know, I went through a really difficult period, and I went through that alone. And to make this film with other people, and other people that were so supportive and encouraging, and that could relate to everything that I was saying, was really quite extraordinary. You know, it's physical illness. It's very different. You don't hide things. If you're having a stomach ache, you know, you just tell people without hesitation. But if you're going through mental pain, you generally in society we just don't talk about it. And it was a relief. It was a release as well to talk about this mental pain through making the film. With the people that I was filming with, and putting it out there and seeing other people's reaction to it again has been therapeutic, you know, because people have shared their own experiences with me, and it's a sense of unity that we're not alone, and people go through these things all the time, and yet we just. It's a taboo. It's still a massive silence around it, and making the film for me was about breaking the silence, and I think it's certainly helped to do that.